Welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So Kingdom Season 1 and Season 2 is a South Korean Netflix series that is a combination of a dynastic period piece and also zombies. So whenever Kingdom Season 1 came out in 2019, I really wasn't interested in it because it had zombies, and I've already seen another South Korean film called Rampage, which had a very similar story set in the same time period, and I also saw Train to Busan, which is another South Korean zombie film. That was excellent, but overall I was kind of burnt out on this whole zombie thing. But whenever Season 2 just came out recently, I heard a lot of great things about it, and so I decided to binge both Season 1 and Season 2, and now I'm going to give you my review. And so before I get into this review, I will be talking about some spoilers because it's really hard to talk about the entire 2 seasons without giving some spoilers away. And so if you have not seen this at all, be sure to go watch it and then you could come back to this review. Okay, and so the general story is there is this prince. His name is Prince Lee Chang, and he's supposed to be the successor to his father, who is the king. And in that mix, we have other people who want the power. You know, they want to be the new king or the new ruler. And in this case, we have Councilman Cho Hak-ju. And we also have his kids, specifically his daughter, the queen, who is actually Prince Lee Chang's stepmother. And so some of these names I might not be doing them justice, or I might not be saying them right, but so I'm going to try my best. And the other characters are Seo Bi, she is a nurse, and Young Shin Jin, who is a very mysterious fighter. And we also have Prince Lee Chang's trusted guard, and I would say best friend, which is Moo Young. And there's many other characters in here, but the whole idea here is that there is a power struggle in this dynasty. And in this mix, as you recall in Season 1, Prince Lee Chang's dad is not sick because he is dead. He is a zombie. So that's when we start having a whole zombie piece. And as we're going throughout all of Season 1, you're kind of learning more about this whole power struggle and why there's all this political infighting. But more importantly, you learn more about this whole zombie infection and how it's related to Prince Lee Chang's dad and all the other characters involved. And then by the end of Season 1, you have a great final battle cliffhanger where the zombies are no longer immune to the weaknesses that our characters thought they had. And then by the time we get to Season 2, it goes right after the events of Season 1, and it is action-packed. We learn so much more about these characters, specifically Cho Hak-ju, his daughter the queen, and the infection, and even Seo Bi and Young Hin Jin. Actually, we learn more about all the characters, but I would say we learn much more about the villains and especially the zombies than we did in Season 1, and it was just so awesome, the action that was in Season 2. It was pretty much everything that I wanted in terms of just pure action. This had it. For the best value in domain names, check out Namecheap, where you can get a domain for an entire year for less than $10, plus get WhoisGuard privacy protection for free. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below. So getting into the things that I enjoyed about the series is the production quality. This is an absolutely beautiful series. Everything from the cinematography, the costume design, the sets, the colors, the music, everything is just top notch, and you could tell Netflix spent a lot of money on this show because there's nothing in this show that says low quality. And so if you're that type of person who loves the technical features of a film or show, then this is one that you're gonna absolutely love. And so the second thing that I liked about this series is the story. This story is so much deeper than it would appear, and as the show keeps going further and further, it becomes even more layered and complex. Because at the beginning, you might be kind of bored, I would say, like episode 1 to episode 2, because it is slow. It's establishing the world, the characters, and everything that surrounds that. But once that gets going, it never stops, and there's really never a moment in this entire series that I was bored. And at the same time, it's constantly peeling back each pieces of this story. And each one of the characters are so complex and layered, especially in Season 2, because from Season 1, it's all about establishing all of this world and the characters and introducing to the zombies and kind of why things are happening. But it isn't until you get to Season 2 where you learn more about these characters, where they came from, how are they related or interconnected with each other, and why are the zombies here? Because it's not just simply, oh, it's an infection like you would think. Season 1 kind of leads you to believe that at the beginning, but as you go throughout season 1 and especially season 2, you understand that the zombies are part of this whole grand design. And I love that so much. And another thing that I love about the story is the fact that it makes sense. And so if you just watch the entire series piece by piece and, really pay attention, everything that happens for a reason. And I really love it when shows do that, where they put things in there because it makes sense to the story and not because, wow, that's cool to put in there and it's not related to anything. And then another thing that I really enjoyed about the series is the overall acting. Everybody involved in the series, from Prince Lee Chang, Cha Koo-ju, Soi Bi, Yang Shin-jin, Moo Young, all the characters, even the side characters, the acting here is just so top notch. And when you get to like season 2, when you start learning more about Chuck Hyo-jung, Prince Lee Chang, the Queen, and all the many layers and the complexities that they have, it's so awesome because it's not simply hey, you're bad and you're good. It's like you're a human and you have different shades of that. And I love how they play with that. But at the same time, the acting was done so well that you learn to love the characters and hate the characters as well. And so those are things that wouldn't be possible if it didn't have excellent acting, and this show has it. And then another thing that this show has going for it is just the overall sense of danger, tension, despair. There's really not many moments on the show where you could like just relax and breathe, because there's always going to be zombies, or there's always going to be human characters, or there's always going to be situations where they could die. That's really what it is. And there's so many times in this show that I did not know that even if the main character was going to make it. And especially in season 2, where a lot of characters that you think will make it, they don't make it, and then the ones you think won't make it, they do make it. And so there's so many areas in the show that just makes you feel like it could end at any time, and that's really cool that they were able to do that. And I really enjoyed this whole sense of tension and danger throughout the entire show because it made you pay attention. And then another great thing about this series is the action. Everything from the sword play, the zombie killing, explosions, fighting, it's all there, and it's just amazing to watch. So if you're an action fan, you're definitely going to get this here, especially in season 2, where practically every episode has action in it. It's just a feast for the action eyes. And probably the final thing that I really enjoyed about this series is the fact that there's so much mystery. Even when things are explained in season 2, where they're giving you a lot of backstory, by the end of season 2, now there's even more questions. Just when you think there's nothing more to learn, you get introduced to new characters, things that you thought had been finalized, they're not. And so this really bodes well for future seasons of Kingdom, which I hope comes really soon. Now, getting to the things that I didn't like about this series, honestly, I could only think of one, and that is, when is season 3, 4, 5, 6 coming out? And however many seasons they want to make, because the series is that good. It's one of the best series I've ever seen, and definitely one of the top 5 Netflix has ever done. And so if you can't already tell, I absolutely love Kingdom season 1 and 2. And so if you've not seen this, check it out, even if you're tired of zombie movies or shows, because this really is way more than that, and you get really satisfied by the end of all the seasons. And so if you actually had any thoughts on Kingdom season 1 and 2, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you wanted to see more of my international film reviews, I do have a playlist. I'll leave that in the description as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you'll get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.